So the Honda CR-V 2012-2014 is a pretty simple car. It has a simple 4-cylinder K24 engine. It has a simple traditional 5-speed automatic transmission, but the post-facelift vehicles have more problems, more common problems. So I'm talking about the pre-facelift Honda CR-V, the 4th generation. And the first common problem for these vehicles is the transmission shudder. The transmission may shudder or vibrate at low speed. This is a well-known problem. And what you will need to do is to change the fluid. If it doesn't work, you go to the dealership and ask for the TSB software update, which was for these cars. And if the software update doesn't work, you will need to replace the torque converter, or alternatively you can just keep driving your vehicle without trying to repair it or something, because this shuddering actually doesn't damage the transmission. It's just a lack of comfort, but it will not kill your transmission. Then the second common problem is rear suspension sagging. So the rear coils in these vehicles are not really perfect and they can sag, and when the rear coils sag, you will see the back of your car sagging a little bit, and it will also change the rear wheel alignment. When it changes the rear wheel alignment, it will also affect other parts, like for example rear wheel bearings may be affected, and there are other problems. Your tires may wear much faster, so you will need to solve it somehow. And the ways to solve it is to change the coils or to install a lift kit, and the lift kit will shift the car 2 millimeters or 3 millimeters higher, and maybe it will also help to get back your rear wheel alignment. But in my case it didn't help, so I had to additionally install rear suspension arms that could regulate the wheel alignment, and this actually helped me. Then there is another problem. In this car you don't have hydraulic lifters in the engine, and so this vehicle needs valve adjustment once every 60,000 miles. Maybe it will be sooner, it depends on how your engine works. Your dealership mechanic will tell you about this. If you don't adjust the valves, the engine will work harshly, the engine will vibrate, the engine will lose fuel efficiency, so this is not something you can just skip. Also, if you have the all-wheel drive Honda CR-V 2012-2014, you will have the problems with the differential sooner or later. The rear differential will make some noises, and this means that you will need to change the rear differential fluid as soon as possible, because when the rear differential fluid isn't perfect in these cars, it will cause the extra wear of the rear differential parts, and in the end, if you ignore it, you will need to replace the rear differential, which is not that cheap. And the last problem that I want to outline is that the 2.4-liter engine and 5-speed automatic transmission, they just can't provide you with wonderful fuel efficiency. So the fuel efficiency in these vehicles is so-so. And even though the driver's manual says it's okay, it's something like 18 miles per gallon in the city, I will never get this. It's about 15-16 miles per gallon in the city, so it's about 10% worse than the manufacturer says. And this is the problem you can't solve, because this is the old traditional engine, old traditional transmission, so they didn't care about the fuel efficiency when they engineered these transmissions, and that's why your car will take a lot of fuel. They solved this problem in the post-facelift when they introduced CVT, and they also introduced several changes to the K24 engine. For example, there was the direct fuel injection, but it brought some other problems. So yeah, it's not fuel efficient vehicle, but it's reliable vehicle.